In the meantime, House Democrats expected to unveil a raft of proposed tax increases in order to pay for their $3.5 trillion budget bill. Elon Moy joins us right now with the latest details, and this is going to be fun to try and track these details. Elon?
Yeah, absolutely, Becky. Just one key item is that Democrats are considering hiking the corporate tax rate, but not as much as President Biden initially proposed. Now, instead of 28%, Democrats would only raise the corporate rate to 26.5%. That's according to a document obtained by CNBC. Now, that rate would apply to businesses with income above $5 million. Businesses that earn less than that would still be taxed at the current rate of 21%. And for the smallest businesses with income less than $400,000, the rate would actually drop to 18%. Now, the structure seems designed to appeal to moderates who have had qualms about raising the corporate tax rate. Here's Democratic Senator Joe Manchin on Meet the Press yesterday.
I said basically the 2017 tax code was weighted unfairly to the wealthy. We need to change that. That's why I agreed to go to reconciliation. But I'm not going to go to a situation I'm going to shoot myself in the foot and not be competitive globally.
Now, some tax changes that House Democrats are proposing include increasing the capital gains rate to 25%, a new 3 percentage point surtax on income above $5 million, and a cap on so-called mega IRAs. Now, the White House said that the House plan makes significant progress towards the president's core goals, but that this process is not over yet. Becky?
You know, Elon, just trying to figure out all of the moving pieces that are going to be in this for the $3.5 trillion. We still don't know how far Manchin will go in terms of what he'd agree to on any of these things. My guess is that nobody's really going to know what's in this bill, even when they're asked to vote on it. It's only going to be in the aftermath when we kind of hear, oh, by the way, did you know this was in here? Did you know that this phrase means that this gets changed? This is going to be a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, that's always the way of it, Becky, especially with bills that are this incredibly large and complex. You know, the House released its list, or we've sort of seen what the House is considering over the weekend. The Senate Finance Committee has its own list of tax proposals that are different from what the House came up with. Obviously, the White House has weighed in with its own ideas as well, and those are also different from what the two chambers are considering. So there are a lot of things that still need to be worked out here, and they are going to matter tremendously for businesses, for investors, and for how much money Democrats are able to end up raising in order to pay for some of these programs. It's very likely they'll have to scale back some of the ambition and spending in order to appeal and appease the moderates who are unwilling to go as high in some of the tax increases.
And this all has to be done before we get to the debt ceiling? I mean, how many days do we have left for that? Is it 17 days or something?
Yeah, so the debt ceiling is on what appears for now to be a very separate track, right? The end of the month is when the government funding bill runs out. The expectation is the debt ceiling increase would be included with that. But all of those things are up in the air. And that's why Democrats are hoping to sort of punt the government funding and hopefully debt ceiling debate in order later in the year in order to make some room for them to debate these other things. We'll see if Republicans go along with that.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.